Hey guys, good morning. Welcome to my channel. You're not going to believe it, but I'm out here sitting in my 2016 Dodge Ram doing all the legwork for you guys so you don't have to go through what I just had to go through. And I want to thank you all for watching. I'm going to cut out a lot of jaw jacking today because I know you guys are just here to watch my video and get your crap fixed so you can go camping, so you can go pull that trailer, that boat, whatever it be. Watch this video and hopefully you get the parts in time and all that, yada yada. But this video is going to be about how to install not an aftermarket per se, okay, yeah, it is aftermarket brake controller, the old school way is what I'm going to call it. This isn't the way that mounts into your dash that will cost you $400 and some after you take it to the dealer to get programmed. This is a surefire way to get you down the road for literally $26 is what I paid, and I'm going to screenshot it so you guys don't think I'm bluffing you. $26 for this setup, guys, and hopefully you guys can get the same deal, find the same deal. I got the pigtail harness that plugs into my factory wiring harness on my pickup from Amazon, but I ran into a hiccup, guys. Some of you guys might not run into this, but you want to verify it when hooking it up, and I'm going to get to that here in a minute. But yeah, I'm getting jacked up on my Stars and Stripes Forever coffee and mug, compliments of my lovely wife that might come out hollering at me here in a minute, wondering why I'm talking to myself. All right, here it is, guys. Here's the setup. I'm going to give you a rundown real quick. This was an Amazon plug. I wrote it down here so I won't forget, and I thought it was kind of funny. Literally, it's called Hi Ha Ha Ha, 32-inch plug. And I was finding that these plugs might work for 2015 to for my chicken scratch 2021. Also, I was finding the Kenosha plugs, they're all going to be searched under 3024, and you might even throw the dash P in there, but I'm going to put a link for sure of this one. This one, however, came not wired correctly. That's what I'm about to get to. I hooked all this up and thought, great, it works. I even got a little green light, but it faded and my trailer wasn't hooked up. So I was like, oh, odds are I'm gonna have to hook the trailer up. Nope. Came home to my truck brake lights were on and my battery was dead. So that was lovely. So then I got to digging. And this is the first step I want you guys to do if you're gonna be doing this. I want you to locate your trailer brake wire. So this is what would plug into a factory switch in your dash if you don't have it, for like $400, because unless you go to a junkyard and get one, and then you're gonna program it at the dealer and it's gonna cost you about $150. So always remember $150, and then you can also buy the cheap Chinese ones, which I don't know are gonna last you long. That's why I'm calling this a surefire way, the old school way. Plug it into your wire adapter and just throw it in. Oh, and I'm missing a little plate right there. I need to see if I have that. Didn't know that was gone. Anyways, so I located my plug, and then you want to compare your plug wire. So that's one thing I noticed when I was hooking this wire up, or this connector up, was get these turned right. See if I can just plug it in like this. Okay, right away I noticed my black and my blue were together, and my blue and red, pretty much, to say the least, it looked all jacked up. But I plugged it in and I got some life out of it. Actually, another little thing I'm going to throw at you, because this threw me, is if you buy these Reese tow powers, they say the vehicle end looks like this. Well, this actually goes to the vehicle. This goes to the controller, but if they're saying it's coming from the vehicle, then that makes sense, I guess. But what doesn't make sense is the vehicle end. You saw that there. Let's open this up here. Okay, this is gonna be, I'm gonna throw the picture because if you're like me, I forget easy, don't have good memory. But yeah, let me hold that up. Tell me that does not look the same. So if you run into that, just make sure you have this high ridge little slider thing, whatever, like this. If you're shopping and you have both of those, I can even hold them up like this. That'll help you. If you have that, you're golden. So I can get you out of this. If you guys get the right pigtail, and say there's some on here, I paid $6 for this. I'm gonna put a link. If you get the right one, because I was looking at pictures and it looks like there are right ones for these trucks. They're far and few. But if you get the ones that are wired correctly, look at my picture and look online. You can see which wire is where if you were going to plug it in to the factory harness. This shows you that ground is white, 12 hot is black, which threw me for a curve because the brake light switch is red and then the brake light output switch is blue. So if you get online and you see one of these plugs and it's laid out that way, and I'm gonna give you a visual because I like visuals too. Okay, so this is gonna be the top and bottom. So here's my plug, I'm gonna plug it in, right? Look what's plugging in right now. A red is plugging into the ground white. My white is plugging into where red should be. My brake output is plugging into black, and my blue is plugging into 12 power. Okay, and I verified that on this end because, let me show you here too. When you take this, it's correct here. So it's going to, and you can verify the wires pretty easy right here. It's going correctly to the controller. But where my hang up is these just need switched around to work on my factory plug. So that's what I'm gonna do next. And if you buy the right plug like this, you can stop this video right now and say, thank you so much, Zach Pack, for saving me some time. No, you don't have to. I just appreciate your views. And if you want to, drop me a comment and let me know what I could have done better. Call me out if you want. But yeah, hopefully that helped you. If not, and say you got this wire like me because you wanted to save a few bucks, like 10 bucks, I'm gonna have to now figure out how to get these pigtails out, or I'm gonna have to cut this wire and splice it to where I even got my diagram. All your brake controllers will come with a diagram, but if they don't, you can Google your model and part number or whatever, or go like to here, and this is going to show you what's what. So the black wire is the positive, the white wire is the negative. I'm reading here. The red wire is the stoplight switch, and the blue wire is the brake output. That should be pretty standard on these controllers. So you're really just gonna have to find out. I remember doing this in another truck because it came with a pigtail that was already cut and my controller was already cut. So I just had to find out. I knew what these were because they're pretty common, but I needed to find out what was coming from my truck. So hope that helped. Now, if you want to continue and say you got the wrong one, there's these brands here. I got the high one. There's the Takanosh, what is it? Takancha? Laugh at me, please. Takancha, I think is what it is. That one looked like it was the right one, guys, so you should be good. You should be able to just plug and play it. But if not, You're gonna have to go through these steps that I'm about to go through. Well, don't do what I did. I yanked on the wire too hard and thought, oh, you cheap SOB. But I got to looking. I can fix that. It's not a big deal. I didn't notice this little guy here. So I got to figure out how to get him out of here now. It looks like there's one on both sides, so you got to lift up, kind of push that dude out. See here, it's coming out. Looks like it got hung up again. So I gotta keep pushing. There's another tab right there hanging up. So once you get past both of those, should be able to dig this thing out like this. So yeah, like that. And don't break this, because this is probably something you can't fix if you break that. So get that dug out. And you see I have access to everything now. This is what I should have done first instead of jumping the gun, but sometimes we do that. This plug I was pushing on a little too hard. It crimps back down. I'm just gonna have to put it in a vise, most likely. Let's see what we got here. I figured it out. It's gonna be hard for you to see, but there's a little tab right here you gotta separate. And you gotta pull gently on the wire. I'm sorry, I was on the wrong one. Right there, that tab. Pull out, and then your spade comes right out. So that's how you do it. And I'm gonna go ahead and take all these out, because I'm pretty sure on mine, let me hold it up there again. Yeah, all mine were backwards. Again, I gotta fix this one, but you wanna remember the way they came out too. So I'm gonna keep that in mind as well. This curve part was on top. And there's a little opening there and a little groove right there for it. So I'm gonna get this out and then I'm gonna start over. All right, guys, so if you're still watching, I do not recommend just yanking on wires like I did. I blame it on the coffee. Didn't have enough yet. Didn't have enough coffee in me. So I got that. Really, I couldn't get this separated. This is some strong steel. So I had to split the two wires and then crimp those into these little spots. And yeah, folding this over, I don't even know, really from the factory, it probably wasn't done the best way, but they're crimped in there a little bit, but it's still pulled out. I think this is much stronger connection the way I got it, but I'm gonna hope and pray. But anyways, got all these out. These are like a spade type, and I wrote on my plug the up position, which what I was going off of is these should be facing up. These crimps should be facing up. So now I got my diagram here. I know what wire goes where. I'm gonna put this in the up position like this. And I wrote something down that I think was on the controller side. I don't know. But when you look back here, you're gonna say, again, the plug's facing this way, and we're gonna be hooking it like this there. So I gotta know, I got my pins out, I gotta know which way, what pins are going where. And right now, because the red I got marked as, it's on the bottom here, it's power, the top is ground, which is black. So that's right. But then you're gonna see this green wire and you're gonna be like, well, I thought that was ground. But no, it's not. That's your signal wire, brake light switch. And then you got a blue wire here, which is gonna be your brake output. So that's what it's gonna look like. It's right here, I'm holding it in my hand. You're gonna have the green is gonna be up here, the black, red, and the blue. I marked the top, which is gonna be up, which is gonna plug into like that. So I'm just gonna verify this again and then I'm gonna get started. All right, so I got it all verified and I got my two diagrams here. So I'm gonna hold the plug how it would be when I plug it in. And right here, right away, this is what's gonna be confusing, guys. And you can see this is a smaller wire for signal. And you'll find that out when you're looking at this one here. This will be the green and white. You'll find out it's a smaller wire, so that makes sense. So just follow these steps and you shouldn't mess up. And these little, let's see, these will be up on this plug, the curled pieces. So I'm gonna start out with my ground, which is gonna be, I'm gonna start out on the controller side since I have this in my hand, the pigtail. I'm gonna put battery, which is black, on the controller. And I'm gonna go over to here and find power here, which is red. So I'm gonna put this in the up position, okay? And it's like it's gonna be plugging in directly there. So on my controller side, black is battery. So I go to my truck side and black is gonna be 12 power and here, and I got my so I just plug it in, and the crimped end, the open end is gonna be facing up. I'm gonna move up to the truck side, which is black. There's a black ground coming from there. And I go here and it says my white is gonna be ground. So then I'm gonna take my white wire, make sure the curled side is up, like that. I'm gonna press it in place. So that matches my truck side. Ground and power, white is ground, and black is power. Okay, so now we've got two more left. We'll go over here, and the little one is gonna be the brake light switch, and it's the green and white one on your truck side. So we're gonna take this red one, put the curled end up, and this is the one I had to reconfigure because I yanked it out like an idiot. Make sure that went in. Didn't sound like it did, but okay, I gotta keep pressing here. Might have to use my tool. I actually had to make it a little shorter. See if it went in. Okay, something's not going in place there. Okay, I don't know what that was all about, but I got it in there. That was the wire I pulled out, yanked out too hard. So just to be on the same page, we're gonna hold this like we were plugging it in. The red is gonna be on the top left, and it's the signal wire. And then the blue one, we're gonna bring around this way. Make sure it's facing up. That is the brake output wire. So we're gonna make sure that goes in there. Okay, and I heard that one lock. It's nice when you can hear them lock in place. That red one might have been a little tweaked, but as you can see, I got it in there nice and flat. And when you're taking them out, it's this little piece you got to pry out. yeah, I'm just gonna verify this before I get it hooked up, so I'm not putting out information that's gonna burn your truck down to the ground and yada yada. And I might even have I'm gonna even have an extinguisher when I do this, just because I like to be safer than sorry. But I'm gonna triple check this, and then I'm gonna plug it all in and show you guys it working. If you guys want to check this yourself, you just get a voltmeter, turn it to AC DC, and this is how I found out myself. Is I came here and I put, it's hard to do like that, I put those like that because the top, or it threw me off because the black and the red are kind of switched around. When you're plugging the harness side in, the top would be white and the bottom would be black, so that threw me a little bit. But just make sure that this reads 12 volts. If there's a negative sign, you got the positive and negative swapped around. But if you follow that, you're gonna be good. And I triple checked this, so this is what this harness is gonna look like installed. You got your signal wire here, your white wire is your ground, your black wire is your hot, and your blue wire is your brake output. So I'm gonna plug it in and give it a go. And actually, I'm not gonna plug it in yet because I forgot my little white connector. I gotta push back in here, and I gotta make sure that this is going the right way, because there's a wrong way, looks like. Don't know. This is where I should have paid attention. Oh, that's easy. I guess there's only one way. Say I could rewind the video and play it back, but there's grooves there like that. And helps to have this little Harbor Freight pick. You can press that back down in there and make sure both tabs are locked on both sides, and you're done there. Now, I wasn't lying when I said I was gonna have a fire extinguisher by. I like to do everything to a T, especially if this is my first time doing something. And I'm not gonna put content out there that's gonna burn your truck down, so I'd rather it be mine. I'm actually gonna hook this up, make sure it works, and then I'm gonna pull my camper with it and also make sure it works. So I've triple checked everything. There's my up connection. It's gonna snap in place. And just to show you, because visual is a lot for me, your black wire is going to your red right there. Your white wire is going to your black. Your littler wire, which is little over here, is red on green with a white stripe. And your blue wire is the only wire that's actually going to cross over, that's color coordinated here. So then you take, and I've heard mixed things on these controllers, and I think I remember in the past when I worked on another truck, is you gotta have your trailer hooked up to get a response. All right, guys, so you have to have, it's been a while, but I figured this was the case. You have to have your trailer plugged in to get any feedback from this light. When I have, let's see, it wouldn't, but it won't turn red if the gain is all the way up. I guess meaning off, and then once you turn it down, you'll start to get some color change in that LED. All the way down, it gets pretty red right there. So it's working. $5 or $6 pigtail and $20 brake controller. So the other route would be to get the brake I already told you guys the right kind of pigtail where you don't have to swap the spades around internally, and then you're just plug and play in this. So or you're cutting this wire here to plug into a different type of receiver. Maybe you have an older one or one without that connector that's oh, got it right here, without this connector. So then you would just cut, well, your other receiver might already be cut, but you just cut them and splice them and make your own pigtail out of this wire. Thanks for watching. I hope this helped. And for those of you wondering, it is stopping. I can drive and the trailer actually stops the truck, so it's jolting right there. So it's working. Thanks for watching.